Hello, everyone. Today, we will explore how to highlight recent changes in cells in Google Sheets. This can be especially useful when multiple users are working on the same sheet, and we want to quickly highlight and track whether any changes have been made within a specific period. To achieve this, we'll use AppScript and conditional formatting. AppScript will help us identify and display the details of recent changes in our rows, while conditional formatting will allow us to compare the current date with the date of the last change using a formula and highlight cells based on whether they meet the specified condition. Let's dive into our example. We have a table with data spanning from columns 2 to 6, and we've also added an extra column where the script will output relevant information. We'll start by creating the script. To do so, go to Extensions, then select Apps Script. After clicking, a window will open where we can input our script. We've prepared it in advance, so let's copy it and take a closer look. Here, we define a function to track edits. This means that whenever an edit occurs in the sheet, our script will execute. We've also added a simple check to avoid errors when saving and running the script. Since no data changes occur when running the script directly from the console, this check ensures that errors are prevented. Next, we need to set up the variables that the script will use. These include references to the sheet, the data range, rows, and columns. Here's a quick tip. I recommend adding a check for the sheet name. If you leave the script as is, it will run every time new sheets are created within the file. To restrict the script to only work on a specific sheet, specify the name of the sheet, such as Example 1. We've set up our variables and added a check to ensure the script only runs on the first sheet. Let's move on. Now we'll define the conditions under which our script should execute. Based on our data, we know that the relevant information is in columns 2 through 6. Therefore, we specify that if the column is greater than or equal to 2 and less than 7 than or equal to 6, the script should insert the date of modification into the first column of the edited row, which we've designated as last modified. The new date will reflect the exact time of the edit. The script includes comments using double slashes to help explain its purpose and logic. Once we've entered the script, we save it. Run it to confirm everything works as expected, and then test it in our sheet. Now, whenever we make changes in any of the specified columns, the script will display the date and time of the modification. We can test this across different columns and rows to ensure that all changes are logged correctly. Additionally, if new rows are added, the script will continue to work as it applies to the entire defined range. As a result, we see that the date is displayed. The next step is to set up conditional formatting to highlight entire rows when changes occur. To do this, we select the range where we want the highlighting to appear. Then we navigate to Conditional Formatting and choose the desired highlight color. Then we go to the Custom Formula Settings section and choose the formula that we also prepared in advance. We add the formula to the Custom Formula section, starting with an equals sign. The array formula function is essential for applying the logic across a range of data. The formula itself subtracts the value in the now function, representing the current date and time, from the value in the first column of the relevant row, which holds the modification date. The indirect function converts a text value into a cell reference. In this case, we reference column A because it contains the date values we need for comparison. In our example, the formula checks if the difference between the current date and the last modification date is less than 1 day. If the condition is met, the row will be highlighted. If the difference exceeds 1 day, no highlighting will occur. After setting this up, we click Done and observe the result. If we change the date in column A to an earlier one outside the 1-day window, the row will no longer be highlighted. A very important point. Since the script only updates when changes are made, any person could theoretically change the date data. To prevent unauthorized changes, it's recommended to either hide or group the column containing these dates. When grouping columns, you can hide the data and no one can make changes. Additionally, you can use the Protect Range feature to restrict access to this column, ensuring that only you can modify it. Now other users won't be able to expand it and change the values. Now when we make changes in the table, the script will run, update the modification dates, and the corresponding rows will be highlighted accordingly. Additionally, if we want to modify our conditional formatting, for instance, to highlight not the entire row but only a specific column, such as if we had numbering, we can adjust the range it applies to so that it highlights only a particular column. However, for this example, we'll leave it as is. That's all for today. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video. If you still have any questions, ask them in the comments.